Hey friends, Abby Grimaldi here. I'm excited to be mixing it up today and showing you my basic everyday makeup routine. I would describe my everyday makeup look as a natural glam. There's a little bit of sparkle to it, but it's also pretty natural. I started wearing makeup in late high school. Honestly, didn't really know what I was doing. But in college, when I was in pageants, I started kind of studying makeup. I learned that it's kind of just based on practice. I've had some friends out there asking me to make one, and I figured that I might as well just do it. Let's get started. Okay, so this is just an Aveeno moisturizer, so I just kind of put it all over. So I have super dry skin to the point where it like flakes off, especially in this area. You might not need moisturizer if you have oilier skin, but for me it's like an absolute essential. And I let it dry for a little bit. So once my moisturizer is dried, I put on a primer. This one is from Sephora. It's called Glow Beauty Amplifier. It's one of the cheapest ones that they have at Sephora. This one isn't a super matte finish. So like I was in a wedding this weekend and I used one with like more of a matte finish than I knew I could count on to make it last all day. But for like a normal day, this one is totally fine for me. And so we're also gonna let that dry before we put on our foundation. So while we're waiting for my primer to dry, I'll tell you a little bit about my foundation. I use the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte. It's in the shade 150, which is like a neutral yellows and reds tones. This one's kind of a great in-between like a lightweight foundation, but also has really solid coverage. I was like a drugstore makeup person for a really long time, which is a lower price point, and honestly, as long as you apply it well, it totally works. But over the past couple of years, I found myself really wanting to find something that would last through like those late hockey nights. Because sometimes I'm there for like 6-7 hours and I just want my makeup to look great the entire night. And so it led me to kind of piece by piece upgrading my makeup wardrobe. And what I've loved about going to Sephora is that I can try like 3 different options of a primer, 3 different options of a foundation. And if I don't like any of those, guess what? I didn't have to buy it. Let's get to the foundation. So basically I just start by putting it in different spots on my face. You don't have to do this. I don't know why I do, I do. 2 spots that I always get are the creases of my nose, and then I actually don't wear a concealer. I don't deal a lot with like under eye circles, so I just kind of put some extra foundation under there. Oh, I might have grabbed too much, this is nuts. Can you tell this is my first makeup tutorial? And then I use a BeautyBlender to rub it in. So you get your BeautyBlender wet, put it under the sink and kind of squeeze it out a couple times, and then just grab a paper towel and squeeze it out a little bit. And then I usually start from the bottom, and I just work my way up my jawline, and I know, just beautiful. I also actually cover my eyelids with my foundation so that it kind of acts as a primer for my eyeshadow to go on. So there's not really a crazy technique to it. I start from my chin and then I work my way up my face, and then I just kind of continue to blend. But the stamping motion is key because it helps you get better coverage. And then you can apply another layer in different spots if need be. I get a red nose, so I typically reapply on the top of my nose. Sometimes I'll do this 3 or 4 times just to make sure that it's really fully covered. All right, so that's my foundation. Gotta let it dry for a little bit. Okay, so now that my foundation's good to go, I'm gonna show you some of the powders that I put on my face. They're all very popular ones. I don't really use anything that crazy. So this is the Born This Way translucent powder from Too Faced, and I absolutely love it. So I just use a big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna start under my eyes. Kind of a dot motion. This is a Becca bronzer with just like an angled medium brush. Capri Coast is what it's called. What I've been told to do is you look for the top of your ear and the corner of your mouth, and that's like a natural spot to apply your bronzer. So I do this nice line, and then you also go under my chin just to define my jawline. Don't go crazy though. And then I just do a little bit on the side of my forehead as well. So this is my blush. It's from MAC and it's called PeachyKeen. And so I just have this small little fluffy brush. I'm gonna put it kind of on top of where my bronzer is, but keep it a little bit higher. Just a little accent. I don't try and overdo it with the blush. And then to finish on my face area, I use this highlighter by MAC. It's called Double Gleam. It's a beautiful color. I just put a little bit on this super fluffy brush, just a little bit, and then you just put it on top of where your bronzer and blush were resting. Do a little bit under, and between my nose and mouth, and that's that. These are the two palettes that I use. I know, very basic. Naked 1 and Naked 2. I'm gonna use the Naked 1 today, and I'm just gonna use the very lightest color as a highlight color. So what I do is with the bigger side of the brush that literally comes with the eyeshadow palette, I'm just gonna do my corner. And then I'm also gonna put that on my brow bone. And then do the other side. And now this is a really light look that I've gotten into lately. I'm gonna use just this really beautiful rosy color. It's called Sin. And I'm gonna use the same brush, but just the other side of it. And this is my lid color. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my lid. All right, next is the crease. And I use a special brush for that. But by special, I mean I've literally had it for 6 years and it was a cheap brush from Target. I actually don't have expensive brushes, but I hear that they're a good investment to make, so maybe someday. For this, I'm gonna use kind of this reddish color called Toasted, and I'm going to apply this all over my crease. And your crease is just where your eyelid folds. Then I'm gonna kind of push it out at the corner a little bit. And now what I'm gonna do is use this darker brown color called Hustle and apply that just to the corner. And I have been using the same eyeshadow formula since probably high school. I just choose 4 colors and I stick with that formula of looking for a light one for my highlight and then kind of a moderate color for my all over lid and then like a medium dark color for my crease and then a darkest color for my corner. All right, looking pretty nice. Now I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Shake it. Sometimes it's nice to take a paper towel or tissue or whatever and blot at your face to get off excess moisture. All right, next is my eyeliner and lashes. This is the part you really don't want to mess up. Okay, so next up is liner. This is from Target. It's just a Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liquid Liner. Now this is definitely the highest pressure situation when it comes to putting your makeup on. And typically I go for like a subtle winged look. Okay, no lies. I had to go over to the mirror and do this because I was messing it up. So you just try and get it as close to your lashes as you can because you want like a more natural skinny line. And then I just wing it up a little bit and then I'll do the bottom corner just a little bit and I will try and get it to meet in the middle. I'm gonna do the other side now, at the mirror, not here. All right, on to mascara. Right now I'm using Maybelline Lash Sensational. So I'll do the top lashes first. And then I just barely touch my bottom lashes. And not really these inside ones, just kind of the outside ones on the bottom. All right, so that's it for my eyes, and this is what they look like when they're shut. Now that everything is finished, because I sprayed the setting spray on my face, it tends to make it shiny if you don't do an additional layer of translucent powder on top. So that's what I'm gonna do, and once again, I'm just doing it in a dabbing motion all over my face. And then finally, because that kind of covered up your contour, I do just a little bit more bronzer on top of that. And then also a step that I skip is that honestly, I just do nothing to my brows. I have like smaller facial features anyway. I think big eyebrows look nice on the right people, but on me, it's kind of like a no thanks. So I just like don't do anything with my eyebrows and I'm at peace with it. And then to finish, you can just do whatever lip color you like. So this weekend, I got a new lip color for this wedding that I was in. I'm gonna go grab it to finish off my look. So it's a Too Faced lip color and it's a creamy matte finish, which is really important for someone like me that has dry skin, cracked lips. I need like a creamy or lip glossy based one. So this is great for me. The color is called Strip Search. Who comes up with these names? I don't know. So I'm just gonna apply that quickly. And then I might blot that with like a paper towel. So this is my natural glam everyday makeup look. I really just stick to this one routine. Maybe I change the combination of what I do, but honestly I just kind of like to keep it simple. Comment below if you have more questions. I'll make sure to write the names down of each of these products in the note on this video so that you guys can easily take a look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye.